Yo, what up? Good morning, GMG. Wednesday, November 19, 2025. Look at that. Another beautiful day to have a beautiful day. I got my co-host in the house. Tyler, good morning. How you doing today?
I'm good. I'm getting mentally prepared for what is the most important NVIDIA earnings of our entire lifetime.
Literally.
For 7 hours. The fate of crypto rides on the results on Jensen Huang's massive broad shoulders. So don't let us down, NVIDIA.
Come on, Jensen. Our faith depends on you right now. Our entire faith. Man, I should have gone long, Zach, on the competition.
We'll have to get into it. Yeah, you missed the longs, my friend. We're ripping. We're absolutely flying.
But Zek is up 12% from the low.
Zek is.
Fuck. That was a generational entry.
Mm-hmm.
I sold him yesterday at 650. Thank God I would have been liquidated today. But this competition is getting feisty, Tyler. Yeah, we broke. Yeah, we broke out of my lines here. Okay. For those who don't know, your boy is 40 hours away, 30 something hours away. What is it? 36, 40 hours from potentially winning $1 million for synthetics tournament. But I'm not close though.
Yeah.
I need like 3x. So it's not like I'm close to winning. I'm not. I'm in third place, but I'm not far. You know what I mean, Tyler? Like it's doable. One big trade.
Yeah, I think it's wide open still because with this top heavy of a tournament, there's no incentive to come in second. So I think everyone's got to swing big. Even if you're in first place, you can't be comfortable, right? And then like everyone who's like in 10th and has 100K, they can still go max long, and all it takes is you hit one good candle. So I think
everyone was sidelined right now waiting for NVIDIA, but looks like we'll move.
Yeah.
Well, wait. Well, I'm sure we'll talk about this with Wiz, right? Yeah. But
we'll get into
I've got questions for Wizard of Soho. So today on the show, well, like I just said, it's gonna be a fun show. We're gonna chat news with Tyler because we didn't do it yesterday. So we'll make time to go over all the news that we need to go. Then we'll talk markets because we got the Wizard of Soho, who's coming on to co-host the show with us for the last half hour part. So that'll be good. So we'll talk markets in depth with Wiz. He's been doing good. So he's got quite some insight. And then we'll do a YEET giveaway, of course. Wiz actually also works with YEET, so that'll be a fun one. We'll be able to give a bunch of money away. We'll play some lamb chop with Wiz. That'll be funny. And then last but not least, this show is powered by EigenCloud. EigenCloud, built on EigenLayer security, extends cryptographic verifiability to any application, from AI agents to prediction markets to on-chain games. Build anything, verify everything. But also Wallet Connect. Wallet Connect powers billions in monthly volume across wallets, apps, users, and institutions. That blue logo, it's everywhere. An icon of trust in crypto, as recognizable as Visa at checkout. Want to learn more? Follow Wallet Connect on X and Telegram to stay ahead of what's next. Tyler, let's recap it.
For daily NFT and crypto analysis, Tyler D on FOMO hour calls the kid can't miss.
Ready to bash some bears. Folks, it's mostly a chop day ahead of NVIDIA earnings coming after close here today, but we've got a little bit of green on the board. We'll celebrate that. We welcome any green in these market conditions. Bitcoin up 0.5%, 92,100. ETH up 1%, 3,100. Solana flat on the day at 138.
Ooh.
Kraken raised $800 million at a $20 billion valuation, led by Jane Street, Oppenheimer, and a $200 million Citadel stake. So massive raise there. I think we got some breaking news ahead of the show. They have officially filed for an IPO. So that Kraken IPO is coming. The Ethereum Foundation outlined goals for its upcoming Interop Layer, which aims to unify all the EVM L2s and make them feel like one chain. So account abstraction is coming. The OCC said national banks may hold and spend crypto in specific cases, i.e. to pay for gas. New Hampshire launched the first Bitcoin-backed municipal bond, $100 million Bitcoin bond, unlocking a potential $140 trillion debt market. Mt. Gox, they've got some Bitcoin on the move, and then Tether made a strategic investment in Ledn, spelled like lend, but backwards, to expand Bitcoin-backed lending. Let's see. In ETF news, Fidelity, they launched their Solana ETF. FSOL is the ticker. The Solana ETFs overall had their biggest inflow day since November 6th. So some decent action, but still only 26 million. So it's not substantial volumes just yet. And then Kindly MD, I posted about this last night, Naka. They missed their Q3 quarterly filing deadline, which they blamed on complex accounting tied to their merger. And you take a look at that stock, it's down 97% from high. One of the worst stats out there. So really not great. In token airdrop and protocol news on a brighter front, Mega ETH Frontier goes live early December. This is going to be their official mainnet beta. I'm not sure that we expected that. So a little bit of a surprise. Phantom introduced Phantom Terminal with new charge, real-time data, fast execution. MYRIAD, shout out to MYRIAD, integrated Walrus, enabling all market images, all data to live immutably on chain. We saw Obex raise $37 million to incubate RWA stablecoins, and then Solomon Labs, this latest MetaDAO presale, they raised $102 million.
Jesus Christ.
Was refunded because it was oversubscribed. That token opening up around 20 million FDV. Then PvP Trades, the Telegram trading bot, they acquired Hyperdash, touted as the leading analytics platform on Hyperliquid. In memes and on-chain movers, there was a bit of action. This 6-7 meme ran to 40 million. Just an unbelievable run. We'll have to pull up the chart for that. We had bullish up 125%. Giga, no Giga, it's up 40% on the day. And then EDEL, EDEL, is up 45% to 80 million. It's a new tokenized stock infra protocol. So there's still some on-chain movers happening, despite more bearish conditions. And NFTs rounding this out, Ripcash 101 sold for 125,000. OpenSea unveiled their Wave 2 treasure chests. So if you've been trading on OpenSea, go check your rewards tab. And then in physical collectibles, physical art, I mean, this was a smashing head.
We're talking about physical art now on the show. Like, we're really deep in the bear. Holy shit. This is physical art.
We are art experts, so it is our duty to share our expertise with our listeners. Sotheby's, Gustavs, Clements, Bildness, Elizabeth Lederer, portrait of Elizabeth Lederer, sold for $236 million. Woo!
I saw that.
Most valuable work of modern art ever sold at auction. So now we've got new targets for our beloved digital one-on-ones. That's our roundup.
Yeah, Clint, dude, generational artist. Man, it's fun. Everything that's not crypto is just on a non-stop bull market like last few years.
Yeah, I mean, can we talk about this a little bit? Like $236 million.
Who has that much money, bro? Fuck.
I haven't had a chance to look into who bought this.
I'm so poor.
You should scroll the Sotheby's. They posted like all the major sales, so you can see some of it. I mean, everything is like 2, 5, 10. A Basquiat sold for 48 million. This Yves Klein's sponge sculpture sold for 19 million.
What?
A fully
send me this. Hold on. Let's put it on screen.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. A fully functional, solid 18-karat gold toilet sold for $12 million.
We gotta go through this. This is wow. That, you know what? I'd love to take a shit on that. That's nice.
Yeah.
Does it work?
Yeah, fully functional.
Who?
Just have your neighborhood plumber come install that for you.
It's not even a Toto, dude. It doesn't even wipe your ass.
Yeah, it's a basic toilet.
Not even a Japanese one.
And you're close. Scroll through. If you go to the Sotheby's, you'll see all the other ones. You can just kind of scroll through them. But I feel like the luxury watch market is it heating up? Like what you're close to?
No, it's not.
Okay,
it's been pretty flat.
All right.
Watches follow like crypto more than they follow like this stuff. I mean, depends. Like FP Journe, for example, which is like more on the high end, or I would say type of watch, has been in a turbo bull market, Tyler. Like the FP Journe watches are like nonstop, but he's like the father of watchmaking, well, one of them. But like Patek's, Rolex, AP. I mean, look, Aladdin and these guys are nonstop selling watches. So they're selling. It's a very liquid market. Let's put it that way. It's extremely liquid. Like I can sell my watches in less than 24 hours, Tyler. Like in 6 hours, they're all sold. But they're not going up. Richard Mille, like the very niche stuff, like very hyped and liquid. It's true. I have a friend that just sold one for like 450. Retail was like 90 on those, but very, 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 very niche. Yeah, it's not insane. It's definitely holding up better than crypto though, 100%.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't regret my second
not cashing into a watch, right?
Just buying some luxury watches.
You were looking for a moment. Usually when you have a big trade and you feel like doing it, you should do it just for the fact that like you can always sell it, and usually age is better than crypto.
I feel like in my mind, I still haven't wrapped around the fact that they are still very liquid assets, and it feels more like a purchase than like.
I know what you mean.
But yeah, I mean, this is modern art. This is.
Well, we're never going to sell them because you know you're not going to sell it. That's why you think like that. Like it's like me. Like I don't buy it to resell it, but on the rainy day, God forbid, I'm gonna have it, and it's probably not going to be lower than then. It's just tough to buy at the lows of the market, right? Like I had to sell last watch I bought like earlier this year. I sold, I think it was some Farcoin for it and some MOG or something. It was like a couple of coins. They're all down like 90%, 80%. The watch is up like not much, like 5%. Not crazy if you think about an asset, but like, hey, at least like it's hard money, you know?
I think there's really something to it. If you make quick gains, and especially in like a meme coin or an NFT or something,
Cash it out.
Catching it out. I mean, I still prefer like putting it in Bitcoin, but like if you feel comfortable with your Bitcoin holdings, throwing it into like a watch or something versus just.
If you have enough crypto exposure, like Wiz will talk about this. He can talk to you about this the best because he's bought a lot of watches, but he buys houses. Every big trade he buys, like he's the GOAT at this. Like he really does it big. So, Clint, $236
million. So this is one of the most valuable pieces of art in the entire world. So like I want to see the list. So I guess Mona Lisa is probably ahead of this. Like is anything else this? Like can't be many things.
Well, there's the other one that sold for 450 mil, but it's even worth more than this clipped one. I don't know because turns out that Da Vinci only like did a stroke on that. He didn't paint it himself. Yeah. Man, $236 million, dude.
Big things happening.
Wow.
Yeah, let's go through. I mean, in similar investment news, Kraken, $800 million. And this is topical, right? Because we'd heard back from Bloomberg maybe a month ago that Kraken was looking at an IPO early 2026. It looks like for the show that is coming to fruition. I don't think we have an exact date yet. This raise values them at $20 billion, up pretty significantly this year. And some of the biggest players in the world back them: Jane Street, Oppenheimer, Citadel. Citadel put in $200 million here. The capital earmarked for global expansion, U.S. derivatives push, more tokenization infrastructure. Coinbase is $70 billion. So Kraken is about 3.5x away from Coinbase here.
Well, we did the math, right? Back down the show on what we think a Kraken IPO could go to, and I think it was like base case 20 billion, which by the way, spot on. We literally said it. And I think our bull case was in the 35 range, if I recall. It's 35.
Yeah, so I think now your IPO target is 40.
Yeah.
I mean, because 20 is like the floor now, right? Like, so you have to imagine it pops to 40.
Well, now I guess 35, 40. Yeah, I think you and I and Mando, I think, went through this like months ago. And we said that we were like 30, 40, because Coinbase was 80 something at the time. Mm-hmm. So we were saying half a Coinbase.
Yeah. So Coinbase is 70, so 35. It'll be somewhat dependent on market conditions as well, which is a little bit out of their control. So I mean, Coinbase is down 35%. Okay, so they were 100 billion just back in mid-July.
Yeah, but that was just because of the coin stock, like because of crypto stocks, right? Like,
sure, but I'm just saying, like, it's possible, like, if crypto rebounds, Coinbase could go higher. So if it does, like, Kraken go higher as well. I think half of Coinbase, that seems like a reasonable target. If it gets closer to 1-to-1, I think that's where you're going to be like, okay, this is maybe a little frothy.
What's crazy is Kraken's a much better product than Coinbase.
I don't have a read on that. I guess I'm not an active Kraken user, so I can't.
It's really good, dude. Like, it's really good. Customer service, at least the customer support is really good. I mean, that was pre-Kobe. Kraken, I think, is a better product than Coinbase.
I've seen that take on the timeline. So folks are bullish. I think they maybe have more room for growth, perhaps. Maybe the view Coinbase is a little bit more saturated. They face the same headwinds that Coinbase faces, though, like trad.
They do. And they're both fighting against Robinhood, which Robinhood, by the way, has become a really insane everything app.
It's becoming a little bit more crowded. Yeah. And the rise of these everything apps in general, like FOMO, right? Like FOMO is a much smaller player right now, but their goal is to start ground up and get you hooked on trading memes on their platform and then start to roll out to other assets. So a lot of folks are kind of going after that pie. I guess maybe the tokenized securities, that infra, right? That could be like the next frontier for them in a way to compete that not as many people can compete, perhaps.
Yeah.
But that's going to be an interesting one. And I think it's another sign, like the biggest financial players in the world are still bullish on crypto companies, which I think is a very positive sign amidst bearish market conditions. Continuing through this a few big pieces of news out of the Ethereum Foundation, and I feel like no one talks about macro news from the Ethereum Foundation. At least in my circles on CT, I'm probably not.
No, you're right. I don't see them unless you like send them to me.
So they are working on this Ethereum Interop Layer. It's open for early testing. So the goal is to make all of the Ethereum L2s feel like a single chain. So no more bridging between Base, Arbitrum, Optimism, Blast, Abstract, whatever. You do a single signature and it all happens under the hood. So this is the vision for account abstraction, which we've been kind of talking about and hoping for a while now. But it seems like they've actually got a team building on this, and like we're making progress. So that it's open for testing now. So this is a big deal, and I think it is an important one to watch. There's a lot to unpack. I'm very curious, like, what does this mean for the L2 tokens?
I was going to ask, I literally took the words out of my mouth. I was going to say, Tyler, what does that mean for L2 tokens? That is so funny that you just say that. Well, let's see what it means for L2. I mean, the market's down in general, but were they affected even more because of this? Like,
I don't know if this, where it's at, is necessarily one that's moving the needle. I need to know a little bit more how the tech works. I mean, maybe behind the scenes they're still using.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I'll have to think about it more. But my knee-jerk reaction is it's not great.
Well, it's probably, what is the use of them, right?
Bearish L2s, I guess, would be my gut read on that.
Yeah.
The other one, so this is the bear case for Zeke. And I wanted to talk about, we didn't have time. Vitalik. Now, I'll send you the article. They unveiled Koaku. It's their new privacy-focused framework for Ethereum. I guess I didn't realize how big the Ethereum privacy push had been. Again, like I'm not studying this ecosystem, so I'm sure there's folks out there who are more knowledgeable than me. They've got a 47-person team working on this. And let's see. Open source initiative, enhance on-chain privacy and security, modular framework. I'm going through my notes here. Give me a sec. The goal is to bring opt-in privacy to Ethereum for any EVM wallet. Privacy tools use proof of innocence. Let users shield their own transactions if they want to. So basically, some of the core functionality that Zcash offers, shielded transactions for one, and just the general concepts of privacy. If Ethereum goes into that and actually makes it real, what does that mean for Zcash? And I don't think they're there yet, but they've got a lot of folks working on it. So I think it's something to be mindful of at a minimum. If you are piling into Zcash, perhaps riding the coattails of others, right? I think you at least want to have your eyes open to the fact that privacy features are at least being worked on in other places as well.
Okay. Good to see. Good to know. Wow, the market's already retraced the entire pump this morning. That's crazy. I know we'll get to it with Wiz in a minute. I see him in this too. It's not funny, but it's kind of funny. No, I was saying that because you mentioned Zeke and it was just like 650 again.
Yeah.
It's exactly where it topped yesterday. Well, Pico top, of course. But anyways, anything else or bring Wiz on and chat markets?
There's other things, but maybe just rapid fire. So there are a couple teasers from Coinbase about Coinbase predicts and then Coinbase tokenized stocks. They're not formal announcements, so grain of salt, but something to have on your radar. We know December 17th they have a big product announcement coming, so perhaps that's what it'll be. The MetaDAO raise from Solomon, again, $100 million raised, most of it coming in the final hour. So whatever the next MetaDAO product is going to be, expect more fireworks. On though the Solomon token itself has not been a great trade. I think it's up like 20-25% from the token sale. And then 6.7. I still can't believe 6.7 went parabolic during the worst market conditions. Like I haven't even been talking about memes. It's been pretty.
I'm so disappointed.
And like I saw this one earlier. I mean, if you look at the chart for 6.7, like it was very low for a very long time.
This is insane. In the bear market, the market's been pretty shit.
I mean, it's for all of September and then all of October. And like maybe you call it grinding up, but like.
Well, what made it?
Yes.
The South Park episode happened like a week ago,
Yeah, but I mean, 6.7's been everywhere. It's like the most viral meme of the year.
Do your kids come home and just fucking say 6.7 all day?
Not all day. They're a little young for that, but they will say it. Like we had Halloween 6.7 costumes showing up at our door. Like it's happening.
Oh man, that's a funny one. I watched the South Park episode with my little brother and we're dying laughing, man. Like it's funny how memes just degraded. They suck now. Like it's not even a good meme, but it's hilarious. You know what I mean? Anyways, let's get Wiz on the show. He's here in the stew. Let's bring him up to stage. We got to talk about this market. I mean, we just literally retraced the entire pump of the first hour. Wiz, GM, how you doing?
What's up? What is happening? Long time no see, boys.
Dude, first of all, miss you. Second of all, I need that shirt.
Right?
Damn.
Great shirt.
Yeah, I should have loved. Yeah.
Damn, I love that thing. Yo, Wiz, man.
Yeah, crazy. I know. Sucks.
What's going on, brother? I mean, look, you've been, you've been pretty vocal. I think you've been cash heavy for a few months now. You're always the guy telling me, Farouk, chill out, you fucking, so, Wiz has been cash heavy for a minute. You've been shorting every pump. You're not been very long lately, unless it's for like an hour. So what's your read on the market, man? It's like every time we think we have hope, we kind of like retrace it.
Yeah, well, so today's interesting, right? Because you look at stocks, it's full sending. Like Nasdaq's up 1.5%. VIX is actually down 10%. Big dump in VIX, but crypto is just pulling lower, which is kind of interesting. I mean, I think that goes more to the speculative capital coming out of the crypto ecosystem. I think that's one of the bigger reasons you're seeing this big break apart between the two. It's weird stocks moving this much, though. I'm surprised today because I know we got a lot of earnings coming out. We got obviously NVDA earning coming out. That's gonna decide if the AI pump still keeps going. That's big. We're gonna see. Well, we had Targets give guidance that because that's big for retail economy, right? Especially in America, like Target earnings, Walmart, and Lowe's, because like that kind of gives you a good proxy on what's going on at the core level of the economy. But that Target gave a guidance that the Christmas shopping and all that's not going as good. They're not expecting it to be as big as usual. But Lowe's beat earnings, pretty sure, or their guidance was really good. So you have this mix where it's like, okay, like, is it good? Is it bad? Stocks say things are good again, but is this like is this a leak of earnings that we're just seeing? I mean, if you just look at the candle on Nasdaq right now, it's like kind of ridiculous.
Huge, right? Wow.
Yeah, like just I mean, that looks like a reversal candle almost, right? Like just one strong. I mean, usually I think I forget the statistic. It's like 90. It's like 80 to 90% of the time between 10 to 10:30, market usually dumps, like stock market. It's like usually like a fake out dump, but we're pumping into it. So is this a fake out pump for once? Like I don't know. Something to be aware of. But overall in the market, honestly, I think the whole core reason of pull down, macro is bad. Fed's not doing that great in terms of giving guidance on cutting. You're definitely seeing a big pullback in terms of uncertainty with December cuts, especially after we didn't see data. We have big data point tomorrow, but now do you take that data point with a grain of salt because it might be skewed because we didn't have a proper government employees weren't there to take all the data properly. So maybe it's with a caveat. We missed October data. We have delayed September data. So there's a lot of issues with the market going on, and I think that alone is getting people to de-risk from riskier assets. And if you're a fund and your high risk bucket probably has Bitcoin and crypto in it, that's where you're going to look to first de-risk. And then at the same time, if you're like, listen, I could put in capital into Bitcoin, I could put it into crypto, or I could go put it into mid-cap stocks, which are going like gangbusters, like hard drive stocks are up like 2-3x. You have all these other like mining stocks making moves, even things like Open made a big move. Obviously it's down now, but there was a period that maybe you saw money that would have been speculative capital that would have come into crypto that didn't. So I think it's like just a mix of everything that's kind of putting pressure into crypto. I mean, it's still not bad. Bitcoin's still like hovering around that 90K level. I mean, obviously altcoins and memes, but those are garbage anyways. Like you just hope you can catch the upside. I think one thing to remember though is
Insane.
People always have this concept of blue chip meme coins or blue chip altcoins. Like that's such a misnomer. Like as we saw the same thing in 2021 where people were like, okay, I'm gonna sell all my mid-tier NFTs and I'm gonna put it into blue chips because they're safe, and they put it into clones, Bored Apes, and CryptoPunks, and look, even those are down like 80-90%. So I think and that same thing you saw happen again where people were like, oh, I'm gonna put it into my blue chip meme coins and altcoins, and you're down like 80-90% on even those, right? So I think you have to be very careful in terms of allocation, and I think the right allocators have won this cycle, and that's going to be the main theme going forward as well, is how your allocation works. I mean, there's no such thing as a long-term meme coin play anymore. I think you're seeing, especially with hype, flywheels matter. I think companies with real revenue that are just not permanently just sitting out there trying to raise matter. I think where you see real volume, where you're getting fees that can come back into the ecosystem, into the holders, I think that's where you're going to see the next big asset allocation.
That's a pretty good roundup. I like that. We went through the whole thing. It's crazy to see like stocks ripping today, and like crypto just took a shit like just now, 15 minutes ago.
Yeah. It looked like it was moving with it. Like, ETH and Bitcoin were both moving up, but I mean, it just, I don't know. Maybe, I mean, look at the daily candle. Like, it looks like Bitcoin daily candle, like, just looks painful after like a bull hammer yesterday. As long as maybe you don't engulf this whole candle on the daily, maybe it's okay. I don't know.
Yeah,
We do have two data points today. Well, yeah, you got the NVDA after, but you got FOMC minutes. Not a massive data point, but it helps. But tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m., that's the big one. That's the payrolls number, and that's the first big data point we've had in like over a month. So there's a lot of eyes on that.
All right.
I'm curious, like, what's your, like, where are you at on, bull case, bear case? Like, what percentages are we just, down only for the foreseeable future versus, we've got a shot to rebound?
Yeah, the hopium here would be you have so there's two parts. So one thing, because we've had no data, we don't know how the market's going to react to different data points over the last month and a half. So we don't know if good news is good news, or good news is bad news, or bad news is good news, or bad news is bad news, right? So those are your four quadrants, and we don't know. So this is going to be the first one to kind of figure out. So in the ideal scenario, my hopium bull case scenario is you could see a good employment data point that says, okay, economy is not that bad, employment's not that bad. Even if the Fed is not aggressively cutting, it's okay because things are actually better than they are, because you have seen good earnings, good holiday shopping, and so on. So you're like, okay, the economy can handle itself, and you don't need cuts to stimulate the economy. That's one scenario. Second is you get a bad data rating, but then the Fed's like, okay, our dual mandate. Because remember, the Fed has a dual mandate with a hidden third mandate. Dual mandate, you got inflation. They have to have price stability. Second is they have to keep max employment. So these two are their main, that they have to kind of find their balance, where for the last 3 years, since 2022, they haven't cared as much about employment, because they're like, this employment's doing good, economy is doing good, labor market's good. We'll just focus on price stability because we want to make sure that inflation comes down. It's worked well. Now we're at that 3% inflation. They want to get to 2%, but maybe that's kind of tough to get to without sending the economy into a very deep recession, or even a mid-tier recession, which is kind of where we're now. So now it's like, okay, what's the other bull case scenario? Is the Powell starts focusing on the second mandate, which is employment. And he's like, okay, labor market's getting shaky. We need to kind of, make sure it doesn't get worse. We don't go towards 5% plus unemployment. So if you get a bad unemployment reading tomorrow, and unemployment number moves up, along with average hourly earnings, which is a proxy for inflation, since we don't have CPI data right now. So if average hourly earnings is lower or stable, and you see unemployment rate go up, I think it's possible the market takes that the Fed's going to have to stimulate the economy, or ease more, or give guidance on cutting. So December maybe comes back into play, and then you see January, February starts pricing up. And that could be a bull scenario, because then you're like, okay, Fed's going to push on easing. We're not going to have as restrictive policy. We're not going to be on that wait and see anymore. And they see that inflection point. We did see the Powell kind of hint at this already, but he's still been like, hey, stock prices, he literally said verbatim, stock prices are too high. And employment looks okay, but it is weakening. You see some holes, and inflation looks steady, but not moving lower. Inflation has been sticky at this 3%, especially with core inflation. So those are my two bull case scenarios. That's the hopium trade. But because we've had no data for a month and a half, it's kind of tough to tell what market reaction would be. Like, things that should make the market pump might not. And that's the end of the day what matters. So I'm hoping we get some start today with FOMC minutes, kind of get some more on what they talked about. But tomorrow is the real, that's the big one. Like, that's going to give us that real guidance on how market is taking one of those four quadrants.
So we could even have a fake out on NVIDIA earnings, right? So like
Oh yeah, 100%. But the NVIDIA earnings is such a curious thing, because stock market is pumping, but why is stock market pumping? Compare, if you did like a median on stock market without like taking market cap, I bet you it's way lower. Like, it's just an AI pump that's making that, like, all this stuff go up. There is no, look, unemployment is trickling up. You're seeing most amount of jobless claims go up. Economy is not doing that well. But if you look at stock market, all-time high, all-time high, all-time high. So it's very skewed, and that's breaking apart. And it's also on the bigger picture showing this massive wealth gap, right? the middle class is kind of going away, and these are all proxies that show that you're seeing this constant wealth gap happening, which is again not good for a good healthy economy. So we need to be aware of all these things, and not just look at the stock market, which I kind of think the stock market pump we're seeing right now could be a little fake out. You're seeing big selling from institutional investors off, obviously NVIDIA. I mean, you got. I mean, maybe they're wrong, or maybe they want to take some chips off the table. But you need to kind of think of all those things in one, different parts of the puzzle here.
I mean, what happens to crypto if equities roll over here?
I mean, like go a lot lower.
Do you think we fronted what I mean? I guess is like,
so we're fronted a good chunk. So
yeah,
yes, so we have fronted a good chunk, but I think what's going to happen is we'll leg down. Yeah, we'll definitely break 88K if like a proper rollover, right? But we'll see faster buying in crypto than we will see in stocks on that downturn, because crypto is going to be way more discounted. Expected value of your position in crypto is going to be way better than mid-cap stocks. Like last few months, it's not been, right? Like it's better to be in a mid-cap stocks, things like that, proxies of AI and so on. But at that point, like, if you're in that 70K, like high 70s or low 80s, it's going to become very attractive for investors to put capital into crypto than it will be to put into mid-cap stocks. So you'll see the bounce in crypto be way more aggressive than you will in stocks. And I think that's the trade for sure.
Well, that's how it played in March and April.
That's right. Exactly. And you'll just see the exact March, April happen again. But when does that happen? We'll get the true narrative started on what's going to be the theme for the next few months, really tomorrow morning. But let's see how FOMC minutes and NVIDIA goes, because if those are bad, then if tomorrow morning's even worse, then you're just fucked no matter what, right? Yeah. But then maybe you get little uncertainty on both sides, mixed data, and you're like, okay, we just chop.
Oh man, it's crazy. Like even right now, like Bitcoin went 90.5, ETH went sub 3K.
Yeah, look at that. I'm watching.
Bouncing a bit. Like what? It's like it just. What it feels like? It feels like we're gonna get a good NVIDIA earnings. We're gonna pump, and then we're gonna get bad stats tomorrow. And then we're like, it's just like
yeah.
Isn't the U.S. economy doing pretty bad aside from like 7 stocks?
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I'm saying. I mean,
right?
You tell me, like, I mean, everything you hear is like not great. Like, even like anecdotally, like it seems like people. I mean, yes, the numbers are definitely showing that. Like unemployment is, has been moving higher. You're seeing like liquidity, like credit has been tighter, but credit's been tighter more because restrictive policy of the Fed, right? I mean, it's a little bit better now than it was a couple of months ago, but things like that take some time to come into the general economy, right? Like if you see, like, the crypto people love putting this M2 supply, shows that there's so much money out there, right? So much money in everyone's bank account, but debt, if we look at debt numbers, it's through the roof, right? So then you're like, okay, where the fuck is all this money? But that's what it is. It's this massive wage gap that's just getting bigger and bigger every day. So all these data points are not, you can't look at them in isolation. Like if you match it with wage gap, you're like, yeah, there is money. It's not with the people who are going to be out there buying, shopping, like, it's like, and that's bad. The wider that gets, the worse it is for just the economy and America as a whole. You want to, like, America is built on middle class, and middle class is just going away. And this is not something that's going to be like a 10-day, 12-day thing, but this is going to hurt America a lot from an economic standpoint and all our bags end of the day over the next 5 years, 10 years, 5 years, 10 years.
Yeah, that's a good point. It was a great point on the Lowe's, Target, Walmart earnings too. I know, like in this space, we're obsessed with the tech earnings.
Yeah, no, it's big. Walmart, Target's a big one. Walmart's a big one. Lowe's, because that gives you, proxies on the economy, like faster than anybody, because nobody sees it better than the guys at Target, right? They see the middle class, the lower middle class. If they're not buying, means like, okay, they got no money to buy, or they're being restrictive, means that's going to affect everything. No one's going to be buying expensive things, so all those stocks have to reprice. No, but then AI is like, yeah, there's all this money coming into AI. But how is that going to affect? If anything, that's more negative to the regular person, because your jobs are going away. Like, I read a stat the other day that said we're seeing the most number of jobs being reduced because of AI since the cell phones became like smartphones or whatever, which had the biggest drop, like cutting of jobs, because communication became so easy that cuts so much. You're seeing the biggest drop that, and that if you're not seeing that reshuffling of that job base, it's not going to be overnight. It's going to take time. Like, even with the cell phones, internet, it took a while. That all needs to get like priced into the market, which is not, because you're just seeing stocks go up like that. Like, you see, like, if you just pull up like a NASDAQ and Bitcoin right now on like a shorter time frame, you'll see when NASDAQ pumped, Bitcoin kind of stayed stable, came down, and the moment you see a red candle in NASDAQ, boom, Bitcoin just getting smoked. And you look at Ethereum below 3K, and like,
we're at 298. Wow, what a retrace, boys.
Yeah, just it looks so nice earlier today, right? Like,
dude,
on the shorter time frames only, but yeah.
Wow.
We might lose our.
Oh, we'll break that support that's been holding for short Ethereum.
I should have gone short on the tournament. Wiz, I'm trying to win this tournament, bro. I'm flat right now. G-Money is cooking.
Pull up the tournament.
G-Money is so short, right? Yeah.
Okay, here we go. G-Money right now, he went max short, and he's back on top by far.
Yeah. Oh, he's
cooking.
He's cooking. So I go to 3.5x to 3x to G-Money. What's the trade?
Well, you gotta hope that you have a great earning today, and G-Money gets liquidated on that pump, and then you short that pump into tomorrow morning. That's your only trade.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like,
that's really all, because you can't pair up with him because he's already ahead of you on a short. So your only thing would be you long and hope for a massive reversal here. Like, you really, or you just stay flat.
Or Zach.
Those are only two trades if you want to beat him at this point.
It would be a Zach.
Nice to see G-Money. It's so cool to see this thing. First of all, fuck them for not inviting me. Like, what the hell? And B, it's nice to see like these all like the so-called top tier traders.
They're all liquidated,
smoked, and showing that it's such a great proxy of the last 3 years. So many people, even meme coins, leverage traders, everyone, like especially all the people who are meme coin guys, all became perp traders overnight, and then all got liquidated in October. And now like they're like, oh, I gotta sell all my fucking cars and shit. Like,
I see you trying to buy people's Kurtis eggs on the timeline. We were just talking about this, right, Tyler? Like, we're just talking about like assets. You're someone, I was saying on the show, that you're really good at cashing out into not just like watches and stuff, though you have a sick watch collection that's held up pretty well versus crypto, but like real estate, etc. Like, how's that treated you over time?
Yeah, so it's more like it's illiquid, right? Like real estate, especially in the economy that's going down. But it's all about relative. Like, one, I can just go be depressed in my Palm Beach house if seeing market come down, or cry in my McLaren, worst case. But the key is like, because I paid everything off cash, I'm chilling. Like, I just like, really, if it comes down to it, if market really dumps so much and I need liquidity, I can like still, even if I dump at like a 10%, 15% loss, which because they're exotics and nice houses, like they're pretty flat from a liquidity standpoint. But even then I can just go put it back into crypto and get like an easy 50 to 100% return over the next 6 months, and then boom, go buy everything back again, and I'm comfy. The key is you got to do cash, and you got to buy stuff that holds value, like watches. Like most of the watches, like you bought, we all bought together as well. They're down like maybe like 10, 15% max. Like the Patek rose gold stuff is all down that much. Like, that's not bad. Like $150,000 watch is 120. If I put 150, like we sold crypto for that. Like I sold Ethereum at like 4,200 to buy like my Patek, buy my cars and like the properties, like, okay, like even if I go, buy here, like that's still a massive win. So I think that's something always people mess up, are like, oh, why are you going buying all this luxury stuff? Like, A, I can have fun in it, and B, they're very liquid. Like, especially if you're buying this stuff cash. Now, if you go and finance it and you went and put, because you're like, oh, I'm gonna go take a loan because crypto's pumping, I want to make sure I have exposure there. That's where you fuck up, because now you're really fucked. Because now what you would have bought with has gone down 50%, 40%, and if you were levered, you're completely gone, and you still have monthly payments you're making. So then you're like really screwed, and which is what you're seeing in the space right now. Like you see on the timeline every day, people trying to unload, like my watch guy's trying to unload so much shit that people are coming at him for. So I think that's the mess up. But I think one good thing I did was I put it on my Twitter like a year ago. No, in January, when market was through the roof. I was like, I want to buy and build this like Chateau Wizard. Should I take a loan, or should I just go all cash and buy it? Most people said take a loan. Market's pumping. Solana's gonna go to 500. ETH's going to 10K. Like don't pull out. Like just take a loan. It was 10% at the time, almost like 8 to 10% taking a mortgage. And KBM was one of the people who said like, no man, just the just the mental fun of having a cash paid house is really cool.
Genius.
And and that's what he did with his places in 2021. And so I was like, you know what, fuck it, okay, and it's worked out good. So I think that's something, for people, you really should, like, sometimes when you put just stables, what happens is you redeploy fast. Like you're like, ooh, there's a dip, I'm gonna go back in, it's 10% lower, whatever, and then you either overtrade yourself out or it goes lower. And like, you know what, I'll just do a 2x. I know a lot of people who did that in like after April, like April we started kind of moving up. Like January to April we moved down. We started moving up. So like in the summer they built up a position with leverage 2x, and guess what? Fully liquidated in October 10th, right? Fully gone. They were like, oh, 3x. Oh, that's fine. I mean, you've never had a move where you're gonna see like a 50% dump in AVAX, or like Solana is at like 220, 210. Solana's not gonna go to 120 in the next like 2 weeks. It went in the next 2 hours.
I feel like I'm getting called out like crazy right now. Like I was buying Sol, Farcoin to fucking $10.
No, I know we were in these conversations, but it was, even if you ask me. Like I was big Astro Bull in that little especially after Singapore, right? And we were like, oh, they did the big 400 million buyback. It's fine, but
we got taken out there.
I was like, it's not gonna go to 0.8 in the next like couple hours today. I went to the bathroom, came back, and hit 0.8. Like, what the fuck? So that's an anomaly, but these anomalies are gonna happen even more and more now because perp dexes are so easily accessible. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry in this space can lever up millions of dollars with nothing.
Right.
So this is just the norm. So even if you have a 2.5 3x on altcoins, meme coins, you can get liquidated within hours. So that's very, very important to know. That's why it's even more important to cash out into things where you can't get access to the liquidity very easily. And that's going to give you long-lasting power in just crypto traditional markets in general.
I'm curious, Wiz, like you play a lot of the metas. Like you played the NFT game, you played the meme coin game, but then like something happens and you just pretty much just get out. Or
so
read.
Yeah, so I don't always get out of the top. I want to make that very clear. I round trip clones a lot, Azuki, supple things I got out, like apes and stuff I got out. But I think the key, the way I look at things is like I just start unwinding. You know what I mean? I'll start unwinding, and then like I'll just want to buy some cool shit. I'll just start putting into like a retirement account of mine, like a very traditional, like JP Morgan 401k type thing, for someday down the line that I can never touch, that gives like 7-8%. That's it. I'm okay with that. So I try to do it like that. The key is I try to just unwind. Like the way I look at my portfolio, I try to do like a traditional 60 at the top level. I try to do a 60-40 portfolio, which is like 60% risk. So there's like a very famous like Nobel Prize winning research that came out, which is like the Markowitz optimal theory, portfolio theory. So basically it says like you have a 60-40 portfolio, which is 60% equity, 40% bonds. A lot of funds are built off that, by the way. A lot
Really?
of so 60-40 is supposed to be
okay.
So 60-40 is supposed to be like the ideal, theoretical how your portfolio at the top level should be, which is 40% is like, bonds, like more cash-like instruments that give you, annuity. And then 60% is more your risk, which is your stocks. Then you look at your stocks, 60%, you're like, okay, I want to be, then you fine tune. You're like, okay, 40% of that, I want to be in safe assets, safe stocks. Then 10% I want to be in tech stocks. Then I want to go high risk, crypto, etc. And then in there, you're like, okay, I want to be in meme coins, this much. And then what's cool about that is that you put in, say, 1%, 2% into these high risk meme coin NFT type, they go up like 10x, 100x. And then they become the majority of your portfolio all of a sudden. And then you're like, okay, I need to rebalance to that 60-40. So you just cut and bring that exposure back down. So automatically it becomes a profit, right? Because you're just rebalancing yourself. Now the thing is, you have to think about your life. Like, if you're older, you don't want to be more, you're like, okay, I have not that much exposure to the stock market because I don't have a job that's maybe a Wall Street job or a crypto job, or my equity of my life is not all into crypto, or a company that I'm building that's all into crypto. So in that case, I want to take more crypto risk. So you increase that 60%, right? Now let's say let's take an example. You have a company that you're building in crypto, right? You're like, okay, so my life is very all into crypto. If crypto does bad, my company's...
This is exactly where I fuck up.
I know you do. I mean, we've had this conversation before, where you're like, I'm all into crypto already. My entire life is crypto. I need to build this company that's all crypto. And then you double down. You're like, oh, I want to invest in crypto as well. So now you're doubling down. So you're basically like fully levered to the tits on crypto. So if crypto goes down, you're completely fucked. Right. So if you have a lot of exposure to crypto, your investments should really not be that much crypto. So if you work in crypto, like when I was on Wall Street, I had almost I was just like, my job to be gone. My bonus is all connected to it. You want to not have that much exposure from investments. And so I was more bonds, safe, blue chip stocks, stuff like that. Then when I was a period of time in a job where I had a very safe job, I knew I couldn't be fired. I was a managing director. I was like, I'm good. Then I was like, okay, I don't have exposure to the upside because my bonus wasn't that high up. So I'm like, okay, I got to put more money in that. So when you move around, and then say if you're young, you got to go all in, take all the risk you can. You're like, you're married, you think you're going to have a family someday, you got to change, So when you have that 60-40 and you plan your life to that 60-40, automatically you'll start taking profits just because if you stay disciplined to that 60. Now, it doesn't have to be 60-40. You find what's good for you and you find that sweet space. And that's what, even at Weekly Wisdom, that's what I try to like instill. Because like people who work for other crypto companies, they're in there just levering up. I'm like, bro, you're just doubling, tripling down. Like what happens if, if market goes down, you're going to lose your job because you're working for a crypto company, or you won't be able to raise if you own a crypto company. So, and then your investments are down. So you're just triple fuck. So that's what helps me, with getting out of positions when I'm up a lot, because I try to stay in this framework. And, obviously I've been in 15 years and I'm still doing really well. So it works really well. And it's a theory that's worked really well just for everyone.
I think the key
we got to clip that.
Yeah, it was very good. I think the key is having a system and a framework and sticking.
That's what it is.
Right. And I think that's where new people, myself included, will often mess up.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is natural. Like I said, it's me too. Like no one's going to go all in. Like I'm just going to max dump my entire, if you can just liquidate your entire portfolio within minutes at the top, like, maybe your allocation is really off anyways. You shouldn't be able to liquidate things that easy. Sometimes you want to have a problem with liquidation because that's force hurdles you through bad times.
Like if you want memes to be 10% of your crypto portfolio and you wake up one day and you see they're 50%, you need to sell.
Exactly. Like that's just common sense, no? Like
Hardcore at like 80% of my port
But it-
once when it went up.
Yeah, I
like,
was.
Like, oh, Mark's going to
Yeah, and guess who didn't sell?
yeah.
ah! You know what? They say the first cycle you get wiped. The second cycle you make money, but you get wiped again. The third cycle, which is my next one, is where I'm gonna make that OSF type money.
Because you know what? Man, you asked her, you killed it right after
I did.
Farkland because you learned from it and you sold. But then you went back.
But then I gave a lot back again.
But that was fine. That part's fine because there's nothing you can't take those kind of things. Like same here, like me and Mando were both so bullish. Like we were chatting with the guys of the team. Like we were like,
yeah,
this is the trade. And it was a trade. But you can't control the rest of the market. You know,
this is true. Even right now, like I went long Bitcoin, like I told the show, like at 105, 103, I added a 100, I added 95, 94, and it's fucking 89 right now, by the way. We lost 90.
Yeah, while we're legging down too, damn.
We're legging down.
See, the moment like Nasdaq's wiping all its gains out.
Oh, really?
Wow, it's actually only down right. Like, where do you long here? Wiz? Like, where's my punt? Because at this stage, I have to
punt is like, oh, that's tough because like
here,
a short-term punt is got to be like you would think right here 89 supposed to be the punt.
If I want to win this tournament, I have to go long versus G Money, right?
There's
yeah. You have
actual trading. Let's just make that very clear. Like what folks should do in this trading competition is not necessarily the same.
Yeah, guys, don't do this at home because this is part of the tournament. I'm not trading my money. It's not my money. I'm trading someone else's money, but I can win $1 million if I win the tournament, like real million.
I mean, this is a big level right here. Like this is where you got to punt, if anything, for high risk. I mean, otherwise the next would be like 79, 80K, like 83K.
No, it's here. There's like less than a day.
This is really where you got to punt it and hope for the best that we don't go lower and see a reversal on Nasdaq. Yeah,
there is a day and 15 hours left.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to take your shot, this is where you got to take a shot. And
okay,
hope for the best.
We'll long some Bitcoin, right? Not ETH, right? Because ETH is kind of dog shit.
No, you got to go Bitcoin, or you could go. How's Solana doing?
Solana's at 134. It's actually not that bad.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, you go for Solana or Bitcoin, or maybe like a mix. What you could do if you want to be safe, you could go Bitcoin, Solana long here, and you could short some Ethereum against it.
It's too safe though.
It is. That's a little safe. Just go. If I was just going YOLOing here to beat G money, because you either got to go for it or you don't, right?
I gotta go for it. All right,
yeah,
so
you go long. You got to go long. Then
how much leverage? Like 25x?
50x, dude.
Yeah, you gotta just go for it. Go at least 25x on Solana and maybe a little bit more on
Bitcoin. There's a 30x on Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's fine. And then keep 20x maybe on Solana and just hope for the best.
How much money? 30x. So I have 260K margin.
What is your liquidity on
260?
Just go like I would say like 70%. With use 70% of your margin on Bitcoin and the rest on
that's about 182K times 30, so I'd have to go long 5.4 million.
Yeah, that's fine. And then the rest just put it on Solana.
So 70%.
What other assets can you choose in here?
70% here. I can choose a lot. I can choose Bitcoin, ETH, ZEC, Mega, Hype, Sol, Near, STRK, ADA, SNX, Pump, DYDX, Monad, Pengu, Aster, Trump, BNB, Uni, Doge, and XRP.
Yeah. Okay. No,
I think Bitcoin here, we'll throw $4 million Bitcoin long. How's that?
Yeah. Might as well. You gotta do something now.
Well, I gotta counter trade G Money.
You have to, because that's the thing. Because he's short, so you have to be long.
Yeah, but I get licked at 86, eh? So do we just go for it? Yeah, fuck it, eh? All right, bet. Let's go.
I mean, at this point,
I mean, it's 0-0 because the third
it's
place.
Either you do nothing and we see a pump and he gets liquidated.
All right, bet. All right, so we just threw in a $4 million long on Bitcoin. Average price 90.1.
Okay. You could put a bid if you see like a volatility candle, but I think it's fine because if we break 89K anyways, and I mean,
I still have 100+ K in available in margin. I could wait.
Yeah, you could. I mean, throw something on, and then you could throw some bids for Wix. You know,
I think Zcash is the best counter, no, to Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's fine too. Yeah, that should outperform.
What do you think? Fuck.
You could throw some there.
Are we really doing this? Like Zcash 25x, Ty?
I mean, you gotta go for something that's gonna really skyrocket if you see a green candle, right? So Zcash has been pumping a lot. I think Solana is an okay bet.
Okay, you like Solana, so I'll do what you say. So we'll
That's
wait.
just because no, it's only because I usually trade Solana a lot, so I know, but I don't. I haven't looked
looks like
enough into Zcash. I know it's a big. I mean, you could go read today's newsletter and see what trades they put on.
Yeah,
Too.
on Weekly Wisdom.
Yeah, the
Shout out to the
newsletter came
Weekly
out
Wisdom,
today.
by the way. The only
Yeah.
newsletter worth reading when it comes to trades, of course.
I mean, we're trying to hold here. Even like Nasdaq's trying to hold
Okay,
here.
you know
so.
what? Like Bitcoin's not it right now. Like it's lost it again, dude.
I mean, it looks dicey.
Dude. My lick price is 85. So we may be okay.
I think you're okay there. At least for the next like
It's like
6 hours.
yeah.
Okay,
Like-
so we'll monitor that. I'm not gonna long Sol just in case I need to
Yeah,
add to
yeah.
my-
Just in case you need the liquidity, because then you double down and then try to run it back up.
Okay, now, man. All right.
Then you
Hero-
could, okay, this is what you could do. You could put you could put a bid at 85.5 in that range. So put like a Solana lower bid. Like if you get a big liquidation, you could get filled. So you
Solana limit.
you
What?
could put like a 120, 118, 120 bid on Solana, or like a 118 to 125 bid, somewhere in there. Throw just like a stink bid.
Okay, we'll
So if
put
there
like
is a liquidation,
124.
you'll just get hit, and then that will run fast up, and you can make a lot of money on that.
or you wait.
Let's see how-
Zeke's going down a little bit. If Zeke goes to 600, like
Yeah,
It's not
I
even
could
letting
do
me
that
long
too.
more right now.
man,
I don't have enough margin.
thing is, the Zeke long is kind of it's also somewhat of a hedge against the Bitcoin too, right? Because Bitcoin can keep dumping. Zeke goes.
I'm gonna wait. Boys, we're down already 10% on this trade. It's
I
crazy.
mean-
But the thing is, 89K Bitcoin is not a stupid bid.
No, it's not.
That's insane.
But
So
this is a big level. Like you listen, you buy at support, you sell at resistance, right? 90% of the time, you bought at 89K probably would work. I mean, it still might. It just, I know it looks. Anytime you're at support, it's always gonna look dicey, and then that's
Yeah.
what that separates the the guys who have like what it takes and who
the
doesn't.
men from the boys.
Yeah, no, it really is. Because yeah, we could go down, but that's the trade you take, right? 9 out of 10 times you have to take this trade. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
I like it.
There's nothing wrong with losing money on the right trade. Nothing
This
wrong
is
with
true.
that. That's trading. That's markets, that's trading. If you lose money on the right trade, you're
I
like,
like Zeke
that was
here.
the right trade to take. But if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Like that doesn't mean that you are a bad trader. It just sometimes the right trade doesn't work.
I like Zeke here. I'm gonna do a little cheeky Zeke long on 20x.
Bitcoin rebounding a little bit, but
620.
That's what I'm saying. Like because everyone's buying at support.
Well,
Right?
we
Like,
went from being down 14K on Bitcoin to being like flat/up, boys. So let's go. I threw a cheeky long on Zeke. I added
yeah, that's fine. I think
$1 million long on 20x on Zeke.
Yeah. I think that's okay.
I like it. It hit my lines.
Yeah, look, Solana's showing some action too.
It hit my
That's
lines.
nice.
So we still have some margin. There you go. Okay. Quick last few things here. First of all, we're gonna have to give some money away if you want to stay or play some lamb chop.
Yeah, sure.
I know you also work with EAT, so it's fire. Second of all,
he beat
what's up?
It was Wiz versus Morning Minute in the YEET final, and he beat the 16% run.
That was insane, by the way.
That was crazy.
I didn't think that was any shot. Even in the semifinal against SEAL Team 6,
Yeah,
SEAL Team 9, whatever. Yeah. Unreal. Like I think I was like 13% for that one. It was nuts.
Oh, NVIDIA earnings preview. We just got a preview of the NVIDIA earnings. Hold on Walter Bloomberg. Hold on a minute.
Yeah, it's probably just like what's expected and stuff. Nothing, I'm sure.
Yeah. Okay, expected reports fiscal after close one day. The print is widely seen as key test. Why it matters. Consensus expectations plus 56 year over year. Accelerating growth. It looks bullish.
No, but that's what it needs to. We need to get that.
Yeah.
So when they happen today, these all need to be met or better. And
Got
then
it.
the guidance when they talk is gonna be like, okay, we see another this much go up. Like
Got it.
it's gotta be just gangbusters at this point.
Let's
or,
go. I'm
yeah.
team gangbusters right now because I'm long and I'm gonna win this tournament. Okay, boys. So
Okay,
we're
I mean, it's holding.
it's
That
holding.
Bitcoin long is holding. I mean, if I was a gambling man, this is where I would be longing. Like, like I said, you have to.
Let's go. Let's hit it. We win this tournament. I'm gonna buy like 10 subscriptions for people on the weekly wisdom. How's that?
Let's go.
Of these
Wins
longs.
$1 million. He's gonna give away $50. Is that what you just said? That's
10
insane.
times. Speaking of
Insane
which,
behavior.
it is quite cheap, like you're just saying. So weekly wisdom. I
It's
think
like dirt
.com,
cheap.
What's the website? Is it weeklywisdom.com?
Weeklywisdom.com. Yeah.
Weeklywisdom.com. Make sure you sign up. I did it. It's $69 a month, and it's really, really good. Wiz is always
It
in
is.
there. He streams in there. He pays a bunch of really good analysts. Actually, I've met them.
Yeah, we have a big team just constantly trading for you guys.
You guys are a lot now, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna be. Yeah, we do like Zoom call streams just with our community. Like it's nuts.
This is not one of those like paid courses bullshit.
No,
This
no,
is
there's no
just a group of
course. Yeah.
people. And in the bull market, you want to be in there because the trenches, though. Now that's not Wiz's calls, that's people's calls,
No,
but it's fun.
yeah.
It's like people saying pump fund links and everything, so it's fun. So make sure you guys sign up. Wiz, thank you for spending time with us. Stay
Yeah,
with
man,
us if you
anytime.
want.
Love you guys. Yeah, let's
Stay
do
with-
it.
All right, let's pick a winner, Charlie.
All right, lamb chop. Let's go.
Let's go, Charlie. Let's pick a winner. Come on, market. Come on, market. All right, let's go.
What the fuck is this?
There you go. Pick a winner. All right, Corix. Congratulations. Let's go. Corix, Q0RIXSXX. Sorry. If you're in here, congratulations. You're going to play some lamb chop with the boys. Corix.
Dude, they have. I didn't even know they had this thing. Damn, I gotta use the Yeeter board.
Yeah, use the Yeeter boards. You can use it
Oh,
for your stuff
shit.
too. So he's here. He's here. I saw him once. What a day.
Oh yeah, he's there in the chat. I see him in the comments.
All right, Corix. Congratulations. First of all, you already made $500. So that's a for sure. And now you get 2 chances. $250 per run.
Let's go.
Hell yeah. No more NVIDIA news. NVIDIA's working with Saudi Arabia to build supercomputers. Keep those headlines coming. Keep those headlines coming. All right, so
Investment they announced with
Let's go, baby.
All right.
he's saying I'm feeling lucky.
to run it.
Run it.
So where do you want to go? Tracks,
Tracks,
Torrent,
tracks, right?
Bone,
Tracks,
right?
tracks. At least tracks.
750. At least 750. So that would be
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that
okay.
would be to the to
That's
the tracks.
Yeah.
Tracks of course. He says of course. All right, let's go. Let's go.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's
Let's
go.
go.
We go.
Let's go.
We go.
Oh, no.
Check it out, man. All right, Corix.
Okay.
One more chance. Let us know what you want, Corix. Fuck. We gotta get a barn run with Wiz. He
You should
goes.
ask him if he should do increase the difficulty. Does he want to increase the difficulty?
Let's see what he wants to do.
I don't know. Quarks, increase the difficulty. Go to medium, hard. Let's see what he says. Do you say anything?
Easy.
He's
Easy.
saying
Oh,
easy.
come on. Okay, fine.
Let's go. Come on. Give us tracks.
Go, 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 go. Let's go. So do we go? Is that what it means?
Well, he chooses now. So
Okay,
basically,
okay.
we either cash him out or we can play one by one. Like,
Okay, yeah, that's good.
let's see what he says.
What
You
do you
can
wanna
either
do,
cash out
boy?
650,
Clock's ticking.
go
Clock's
925. Okay, 2 more. He's saying.
925. Holy shit. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Go.
Yes.
Oh!
Oh no. Oh.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Fuck. Well, that's too bad. Fucking hell, man.
Still got $500.
So I got $500. You know, it's the name of the game. Wiz, thank you for coming. That was a lot of fun. Oh, I think you're muted for some reason. Your mic muted. Can you hear us? Oh, well, he had to go. I'm sure he had to go. I think he's doing his own stream. Tyler, that was a good show. It looks like those bids I just got in, we're like right there. It's like I'm either getting fully licked here or I'm gonna make a fuck ton. You know what I mean?
It's either over or we're back, baby. You're on the line.
Well, right. I bid the lines that it means. Yeah, exactly. I bid exactly where we should be bidding. And if not, we're done. But I'm confident because Wiz was like, yo, you got this. And I know he really wants me to win. So, because anyways, with that being said, we'll see y'all tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the episode of FOMO Hour on Rug Radio. Let's go.